Objective today is to replace the brake light, the highlight, on an '06 Hyundai Sonata. These are kind of tough to get at. I've looked at a lot of videos online. There's a lot of them that involve some damage to the vehicle. Some of the instruction is less than clear, so I wanted to try to make my own video, play around. Here's what you'll need: a self-supporting flashlight, a magnetic Phillips screwdriver. Doesn't really matter if the standard screwdriver is magnetic or not. It can go either way. Your replacement bulb, you only need one, but they come in a pack of two. And it helps if you have reasonably small fingers. Taking it out, putting it in, the whole shebang. I chose to lay down the back seats and lay in the trunk from that direction. It's a whole lot easier than trying to lay in from here. Getting in was easy. For a 53-year-old man to get out was not so easy. And here's where you access things. I started this video after I'd taken it out, obviously. I'll still walk you through the different steps. When you're taking this apart, first you have to remove the electrical, which involves squeezing this nib right here. You take out the screw. It's up there on the right, just a little bit, you can see. And over here to the right. I did this after I replaced it, so this is already loose. When you start off, it'll be snug, and you just give it kind of a push, and you'll feel the glue give. You can push that open. When you get a flashlight and look up in there, you'll see a screw that has to come out. A little flat-headed Phillips screw. You can see that the two screws are slightly different. The shape of the head's a little bit different, and the function of the threads is a little bit different. So you'll want to make sure that when you lay them down, you keep them in a way that you know which one goes where. The one at the tip of my fingers actually goes on the right-hand side of the car. The one with the point goes where the light assembly is, or the electrical assembly is connected. Once the screws are out, we need to lift up that assembly from inside the car and slide it towards you. This is where that flat screwdriver is going to come in handy, because as you try to work this thing, you'll find it's not so easy. You can see right up underneath here, there are small tabs all the way up at the front. If you take that flat screwdriver, the standard screwdriver, up, put it underneath that tab or to the side, and just rotate, you'll pop that thing loose. So a whole lot easier than inflicting the damage I've seen done in other videos. Once you get it lifted up on both sides, you can see the light socket right there, that black thing. You need to reach in with those somewhat skinny fingers and rotate that thing off. When you do, it'll drop down through the trunk where you can pick it up and work on it. When the assembly is dropped out, it looks like this. The bulb is definitely toast. This bulb does not twist out, it just pulls straight out, like so. This is part of where that self-supporting flashlight and the small fingers come in handy. Looking up through the hole and offset a bit, you can see where the opening is for the light bulb. It's offset from the hole roughly about here. Sorry for the bad camera work. I'm doing this on a Samsung Galaxy S4, holding it in one hand and trying to play with the other one. Found the easiest way to get the thing in place is to hold it by the wire, feed it up through the hole, and push it into place. This is where those small fingers come in handy again to try to get that thing to where it stays in place while you get back into the car and finish securing it. Once again, I'm using limited hands. I prop the phone up against that nice self-supporting flashlight. You can see that the housing is lifted up a little bit. You see my finger in there is holding the light in place. The hard part now is to get your fingers in there, line up the slots, stand the camera back up, and it rotates in once it's lined up. All by feel. It takes a little bit of finesse. I found that cursing in these situations is not helpful. There we go. So now that it's lined up, I turn it just a little bit counterclockwise. There we go, and I can feel it snap into place. So now the light is hooked back up. I can slide the assembly forward and down. It's ready to secure from the bottom. So now, laying in the trunk once again, we need to reconnect our electrical. Actually, we don't do that yet, I'm sorry. We need to mount this little guy back up where he came from. And we saw that when we took things apart. Once everything's nice and snug, go ahead and reconnect the electrical. Again, this is a whole lot of fun working through the lens of a cell phone camera. There we go, click, give it a little tug, nice and firm. And you're done.